Hey guys, JBot here. Let me tell you about MightyBotStudio.com. Now, MightyBotStudio.com is a hub for all of my content, including my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. On top of that, we have a MightyBot Studio store where you can go and order yourself a pint glass, you can get a mug, we have multiple hoodies, t-shirts, and hat designs. So make sure if you guys haven't checked it out already, visit MightyBotStudio.com.
Stereophonic sound for dance music. In its different way, this has its own magic. The magic of an accompaniment tailor-made in the fashion of the day.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your man Jay. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a while. I've been fighting this horrible cold, and the cold itself hasn't been bad, but just this horrible cough that I've been having, and sinuses, and I've been sounding horrible. So I've been staying off the streams and sleeping a lot, and also playing a ton of Monster Hunter. So I've been jamming on Monster Hunter Rise, and been slacking on my drawing, but we're back. We're back with the art jam. We're back with drawing. We're back here in the studio. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, whether now or in the future. I love you guys. We're heading towards 150 subscribers. I think I'm at 130. Once I hit 150 subs, we're going to go ahead and do another art giveaway for you guys. So again, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys coming and hanging out. I know there's tons of other streams. Even if you come check me out in the future, or just leave a comment, dude. All that stuff helps a lot. So generally, appreciate you guys. Miss you guys. Love you guys. Another thing too, MightyBotStudio.com. Check that out. It's a hub with all my content. You got the Twitter, you got the Instagram, you got the YouTube stuff on there. I'm gonna start posting more regularly, so make sure you check that out. Also, the web store is on there. I'm going to start working on some more t-shirts designs. I do want to show you guys this one. Just finalized this design. Just kick the cat. That's how awesome this design is. Let's go ahead and share this real quick for you guys. And I want to share this as soon as I where is it here? There it is. All right, cool. Here we go. So I want to share this, guys, with you. This is the Casey Jones as a mouse design. You've seen us draw this on the Art Jam before. We took an indie character, made it a mouse, and this was the design of the Casey Jones mouse, colored by Billy Bacsko himself. If you haven't seen Billy's stuff, he's Ghost Monster on Twitter. His stuff is super awesome. He's coloring Goblin Girl right now. Tons of other CG things. Make sure you check out his Twitter. Always posting real cool colors up there. Super nice guy. Awesome dude to deal with, personally and professionally. So if you need some stuff colored, Ghost Monster, the E is a 3 on Twitter. Check him out. Good stuff. This is going to be a t-shirt design on the Mighty Bot Studio store, and I might also do it as a print. What I have to mess around with right now is what shirts am I going to put on this? Like what's going to be the color shirt? Am I going to put this on a hoodie? I shouldn't say if I'm going to put this on a hoodie. When I put it on a hoodie, am I going to put this on the back? Am I going to put it on the front? How am I going to lay it out? So that's the other thing that I got going on too. Maybe I'll make this a puzzle. We don't know yet, but we're going to do something awesome with it. And again, thanks to Billy Bacsko. Awesome colorist. This is better than what I ever could have imagined. So again, if you need stuff colored, he's your guy. Definitely check him out. Let's see if we got anybody in the back. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and keep stammering on. We got a guest in the back. We'll go ahead. We'll get him ready. We'll bring him out. We'll chat for a bit, see what he's up to. And then if nobody else pops in, we'll go ahead and we'll just start doodling some shit. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and let's pull up some of the fancy smancy stuff here. And here we go. Hey!
Welcome back, Jay.
How have you been, man? You've been globetrotting? You've been traveling all over the place? What's going on, man?
Well, I traveled to Missouri, so it's like, yeah. So I could go, oh, it's behind him. Never mind. I was like, I went this far on the map. I went about that far.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing big.
Putting pins. Start putting magnets on there.
It was kind of like you going to Chicago, probably about that.
Oh, yeah.
Not a distance, yeah.
Hopefully it was an easier trip for you, because that was a nightmare.
Oh, well, it was all right. My flight back was a nightmare, but other than that.
Oh, okay.
So I had a 5-hour layover in Dallas, and it turned into a 10-hour layover. So.
Oh.
And then I sat next to some stinky-ass dude, and that's... Can't win them all, I guess.
Did you go, hey, have you heard about unconditional shove yet?
Dude, I wanted to unconditionally shove some deodorant up his pits.
Do we have any status update on the book, my man?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm literally right now penciling page 82, which is the final page. So, yeah. Awesome. And colors are caught up to me, so he's waiting for this page to color. Mm-hmm. And lettering, we're up to like page 30, so yeah, it's just moving right along. So it'll be we do all the pre-press stuff here in a couple weeks, I'm sure. So
awesome.
So, yeah, hoping to get it real quick. And then I know James also got the last page of Bastards, so that's like right there, and that's more of a priority because that's been delayed because of the art. It's taken a lot longer than he expected. So we're he's lettering the book, but I'm like, dude, finish yours, you know, like we'll get that one out first. So
awesome.
Yeah. So good stuff. And then I'm adding the Cole story. So
awesome.
And by the way, Billy did a great job.
It's gonna be black and white, or is it gonna be colored too?
The Cole story is black and white, regardless. Of
yes, he
version.
did. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So regardless of which version.
Yes, speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. The devil.
You go ahead, bud. I keep interrupting you.
Sorry, I don't know if there's a delay or something if I'm screwing up, but anyway, what I was saying is Cole will be black and white regardless of which version you backed, and it is the only place you'll ever get it. So if we reprint Unconditional Shove Volume 1, which I'm sure we will, Cole's story will not be in it. So only the people who backed on the Indiegogo campaign will get the Cole story. So.
Nice. Now, is it still up or is it pulled?
It's still up. It'll be pulled. I'm pretty sure I want to pull it like after I get everything done. So I'm kind of like, just letting it linger, but I'm not promoting it hard. So that way I kind of got a good idea of what logistically I'm going to be shipping out and printing and stuff. So.
Okay, cool. Maybe one final push when you get it done to make sure people get that Cole story.
Yeah, I kind of like, I haven't been pushing it that hard, and part of the reason is I kind of like the people who just got in, and you guys are going to get a very limited print run. Then I'll do a second chance with a second printing, but it won't have the Cole story. It'll have a different cover or something to show that it's a second print, so that everybody who got in early, they're special.
Awesome. So
Like
never
you,
mind it.
Well, I don't mind making more. I'm just saying, like, it's nice to have this like little group of people that get this special thing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So Billy's in the chat. I did add you to the group, Billy, and send you a link if you want to pop on in and shoot the shit. You don't have to necessarily draw, but it's always nice to have you on the streams, man. You're always a joy to talk to. So yeah, I showed that. That was great. Looking forward, and definitely gonna, if you got time, I definitely got some stuff I can kick to you too, Billy. And then Billy also says it's good to see you, Odin, here, which is always good to see Odin here on
See you, Billy,
on the channel and stuff. So yeah, I missed you guys.
Our last names are so close; it's always funny to me. Like you pronounce them almost identically. Dasko.
All right. Well, we don't have Hocky here because he's busy, so I don't know what we're gonna come up with the draw. If Billy's there hanging out, if he wants to shoot something our way. Or we could just work on whatever the hell we want to work on. That's cool too. So
we can always do that. Like I said, I'm drawing the very last page, which I wouldn't draw on stream.
There you go. Yeah.
I could draw Cole stuff on stream if we decide to go that route. But I don't mind taking a break and drawing some random thing.
Okay. I had no idea or nothing planned. I had nothing planned. I just was doing a little doodle myself, so I could do that. Let's work on. I want to see you work on some Cole stuff. Is that me being selfish?
That's not being selfish. That's totally doable.
Cool.
And then I could show you some of what's been done on Cole up to this point, because I've worked on Cole stuff on your show plenty of times. So
yeah, that is 8 pages, something like that.
6 pages. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm inking on page 4 right now. So
awesome.
So 2 more. They're all penciled. 2 more to ink, and then it's hand lettered, so I got to do the lettering. And then the last page is shove, and that's it. So, and there's no colors on the Cole pages, so be pretty quick here. We're getting close.
Cool. Now, are you keeping with the? I know you're kind of doing like a collage. Not a montage, but like collage type layouts on the Call story. Are you keeping that throughout?
Yeah, it's kind of a little different on each page, like where the lettering is and how that works. Because on that first page, it's like a scroll.
Mm-hmm.
On the second page, it's like on a stone wall. That's where the lettering is. So it's kind of like just intermixed as like a collage. Yeah.
Cool.
So no actual panels, just like flow kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let me switch my camera now, and then we'll show you.
Cool.
What are you working on, man?
I was doing this, redrawing this character that I had, Skeleton, and he's kind of my answer to that Skull or Scud, the disposable assassin. He's like a skeleton ninja.
Oh, he kind of has the Scud head a little bit.
Kinda, yeah, with a little pointy hood
Scud's
type
head's
thing.
a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a skeleton. He has, a sword and a gun and a Uzi, like Snake Plissken Mac 10, or Mac 9.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So, and I was like, I feel he's kind of gonna be if I feel like someone drawing something dynamic and goofy, he's gonna be the character that I work on.
Oh, wait, that's interesting. It says I can add a cam, but I don't know. It's not letting me.
It said, let's see. Yeah.
Oh, as long as you allow it. Yeah.
That's cool. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So you can see my freaking face.
There we go. Now we're even. Cool.
Yeah, now we're even. Yeah. The deck was stacked against me before, and this new foe just found a new weapon.
That's great though, because now it's like, it's symmetrical now.
That's true. Yeah. Especially with 2 of us. It's like, boom.
Yeah. Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, so I'll show you previous pages, most of which I've drawn on here before. So, but I added some things.
We're gonna get fancy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Look at that!
That's
Holy! Welcome to the future.
So you've seen that one, my Cold page.
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh man, that is awesome. I haven't seen it all inked like that. That is great.
Yep, and that's the lettering will all be on that scroll. It's all penciled in. I just got to ink the lettering.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the second page here, and all those white areas, that's all where the lettering goes.
That's a nice horse, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm not particularly good at drawing horses, but if you just take your time and use reference,
Yeah. You only gotta draw one, man. Just make it work. It's like a 1, 2 max.
Yeah, well, I want to get good at like action horse, like Frazetta, where it's like frenetic. It's like got all this intensity to it. Like this one, he's just like trotting along. It's like, it's a little easier. But to get their muscles all in motion and like, contorted and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then this page 3, and on this one we do lettering on these little, scroll like.
That's cool.
Word bubbles.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then next page, and then I got 2 more after this that are all penciled. I'd show them, but you can't see the pencils too well, so keep those as
those inks are coming along very well. I love the feathering that you're doing there at the top left.
Thanks,
yeah, that's coming out great.
Yeah, it's some of my favorite stuff to do. Do I have to actually draw stuff? I just want to do hatching.
Right. Hey, it's Hocky.
What's up? Good day.
Hey, what is up, man? I did shoot you the link. If you could pop in. We're just gonna be working on stuff that we're working on. And just hanging out. I'm gonna try and keep these like 2-hour streams. I think that's a good time. We all gotta work in the morning and not get crazy. So I feel like let's try and do that and
right.
Keep them decent.
Let's keep them decent. I'll keep my pants on. We'll keep them decent.
Because I think once you get like past like 2 hours, I think people tune out anyway. They're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, and it's like then you're probably like beating a dead dog with whatever you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Billy likes that layout, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yep. So this will be just. It wasn't a stretch goal. It was just decided to add it to the back of Unconditional Shove. So
yeah. Let's see what happens. We're gonna add Hocky. Let's see where he pops up. There he is. What is up, Hocky? How you doing, bud?
Oh, he's here.
You said, come on, if you insist. Sure, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you.
Good evening. Good to see you, Hocky.
I've been trying to. Odin and I have been trying to do my show for like forever.
Yeah.
We've just been bouncing back and forth, and nothing's just working out. So hopefully next week we'll be together. Yeah. We'll do some. I'll do terrible drawing, and everyone.
Oh no. You're the hometown hero, man. You're gonna win. I already knew. If I was a betting man, I would bet on Hocky.
I don't win the show very often, so don't bet on me.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say you win quite often. Seems like it to me, anyway. But yeah, we'll definitely make that happen. I'm excited to do it. So.
All right, Billy says if I wasn't working in Illustrator using most of my brain cells, I would pop in. I get that. Yeah, for sure.
Most of the brain cells.
Yeah, he needs to power through.
Brain cells. So... Oh, sorry, Billy. I didn't.
Yeah. We're like,
Hocky knows. Hocky knows what I mean. So.
Yes.
If he has limited brain cells.
We were struggling. I was struggling with Clip Studio doing something this morning, and Billy is saying he's struggling with Illustrator this morning. So I'm going, yeah. So
the struggle is real. Yeah,
the struggle is real. I've been working. I can show you. Well, let me just try and set up my OBS and everything. I haven't done much streaming for the past month. I've been trying to avoid it. I just wanted to break away from streaming and all that type of stuff. Anyway, so now we're going to get back into the feel of things and streaming and all that type of.
Now that you've got a campaign in sign up, you stop streaming.
I know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? So, but I thought we'll try and come up with a logo for me, and I can show you what I've got so far.
Yeah.
Now, that one? Turn on this. Is that working? No, because it's set to the wrong camera. Does that to me? Does that? OBS. That's the one. Okay, there we go. So I'm thinking, maybe something like that.
Okay.
I like the mustache.
Yeah.
So it could be that. It could. I was just working on. Where is it?
That's
Just
a cool
drawing
logo. I like it.
I think it was. I was going to try and find the other one that I was working on now. So, but yeah, I was just trying a few different things. I was just having an eyeball. I don't know. So yeah, just trying different things to see what I like. So
I like the mustache guy.
the mustache guy is pretty good.
Yeah, you do have to grow a mustache like that now, though, because everybody's.
But yeah,
I would
like,
love
it looks more like
to,
me than you, though, is the problem.
I really would love to have a mustache like that. I tell you.
Listen, if you believe it, you can do it. All right.
It's true. So that was part of a full image. Let's see if I got the full image here. It was part of this image. So.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's not what I
like
expected at all.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't expect the horns, but I love the foreshortened rapier.
It was my D&D character, so
Oh, nice.
I know nerdy I am.
Nerds.
Nerd.
You drew your D&D character. It's bad enough you play it.
Yeah, well,
I do
the
like that
character
sword.
sheets had a little box to put your character in, so I'm just going, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I thought, I could just use part of that. And, I'm just wondering, do I leave him with the eyes blank, or do I fill him in?
Oh, I love the blank eyes or the black eyes, as long as there's no pupils.
Yeah. So
if you add pupils to it, I think it would ruin everything.
I think so too. I actually drew some in, and I was going, "Oh, I don't like that." So, but it's black or white. I'm not quite sure. It's just dilemmas that I'm having.
Yeah.
Then again, I might change it up completely and just go, "Nah, I don't like that." So.
I think I like the white personally. I think
Yep.
contrast his eyes with his facial hair, or just his hair in general.
Yeah, because I think if you make the pupils black, then that's where your eyes automatically go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to look at the eyes.
Turn it into an animated GIF or whatever, and make it blink black and white.
Blink, 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 blink.
That would be cool.
So yeah, that's I'm still work on the font and all. But that might be it. So,
I dig it. I definitely dig it. I like it.
What else am I doing? Yeah, say working on the comic, just trying to get all the layouts done of that. So my goal is to have all the layouts, or at least all the thumbnails, done by this weekend.
Nice.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I've only got 5 pages left 6 pages left of layouts. So layouts and thumbnails. So there's not too many. But the last few pages have been a little tricky. And then I'll clean that up and start working on the actual art of it then. So
nice. Well, so real quick, I remember the sign up page, but it's been a bit. First time I heard about it, I signed up. But what is the premise again?
Yeah, what's it called? I've been gone forever. So
he doesn't even know.
Where have you been?
I don't know nothing.
So it is a long title, but there's a reason for that. So it is called Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, not a colon as in, the thing that's inside your body. Colon as in like the 2 dots above each other. The dress. Now, it's about... so this is going to be part of an ongoing saga, I should say, or series. but each story will be a one-off story. So this one is particular about a woman who buys a dress from the Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, and when she goes home and puts the dress on, she is teleported through time to the 1920s. And she at first she's shocked. She goes, what's going on? She freaks out. Eventually she does she takes it off and travels back to her normal time, and she gets curious and then tries it again, and then actually starts to enjoy herself in the 1920s. She's teleported to a party, so she's having fun.
That helps.
Eventually she learns about this place and discovers that there was a murder that happened, and she seeks out to solve the murder and save the person.
Oh,
I
that
like
sounds
it.
pretty neat. I like that.
Sounds like a fantasy Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
So it's I think of it in the way like Twilight Zone has these quirky, weird stories and things like that. Yeah. So, or what's that? The Black Mirror, I think, is they're all solo stories, single stories.
Right. Yeah.
But this one is going to be everything. So the future stories will be centered around the shop and items sold from the shop. So yeah.
Okay.
So the shop is an ongoing character, and the lady who runs the shop, they are ongoing characters, but they're not the main focus. They're sort of like background characters for each book.
Right.
Eventually, the story of that may evolve. So it depends how we go.
But they serve up the story because it all kind of starts there at the
So
I keep forgetting the name.
So they're all selling the MacGuffin.
Curiosities
Emporium. These stories have got to have a MacGuffin. So this shop is the place where all those MacGuffins come from. So
truly.
That's cool.
Dig it. That story though. I just watched this movie with my daughter not too long ago. It's called Somewhere in Time.
Yep.
With Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
And so his whole thing was at the beginning of the movie, this old lady shows up. He's at a class reunion, and this old lady walks over to him, hands him like a pocket watch, or I think it was a pocket watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she says, "Return to me," and then she just walks off, and he can't figure out why. He finds out that she stayed in this hotel in like the 1920s, and he figures out that he has to time travel. And he does it just by like putting on period pieces, sitting in a hotel in that time period, and he just like absorbs himself in that time period in his little hotel room. And then he goes back in time and has like a love affair with this woman. And then at the end of the movie, what sends him back to present time is everyone's making fun of his suit because it's not quite the right time. It's like 10 years past, and everybody's like, "That's so 10 years ago." And he's like, "What?" So he's like with his girlfriend, this old lady that he met. She's a young, beautiful woman then.
Yeah.
And she's making fun of his suit, and he's like, "What? I love my suit. You see, I got this place to put my coins." And he pulls out a coin, and it's a penny from 1979, which is his time period. And once he sees that, he goes hurtling back to his normal time.
That's trippy. Nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie. And so now my daughter's like into collecting old coins now. She's always like on every coin. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, my next story in this arc does involve a pocket watch. So it's different. It's no time traveling, but there will be something to do with time in it. So,
well, naturally, it's a pocket watch, right? Well, I think pocket watches are just cool, and they're something. They're an oddity to us because no one uses them anymore. But
I love pocket watches.
Cool.
I do have some, but I don't have any good ones. So I'd like to get myself a nice, really good pocket watch.
Well, they definitely fit your style, Hocky.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's what I've been working on. It was kind of a whirlwind announcement and development, because I'm going to South Africa in May, and I said, "Oh, what?" And me and my wife were going, "How are we going to raise the capital to get this money?" And I said, "Well, I could make a comic." And anyway, I'm not going to have the money for the comic by that stage. But it put me in that mindset to just going, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, that was exactly the reason why I launched or, did signups, all that shit. Like when I did I was like, I'm tired of talking myself out of doing this, or like holding it up, like just go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. You say, oh, I'm not ready yet. And I keep saying that I'm not ready. I've got a million things that I need to learn. But if I keep saying that, then I'll be dead by the time I actually do it. So
yeah, exactly. Well, and I think in art, there's no arriving anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah, like I think, especially in the crowdfunding world, when people see potential, they're a little more like, well, I kind of want to get on the ground for you, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like, and watch the growth as an artist, as a writer, as a, sequential storyteller, all these kind of things, It's like, they only come with experience. So like, how do you get the experience? You just dive right in,
You just got to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my plans. But it also, I've got other stories that I'm working on with other people, and I'd like to have at least had something done by the time I do this other stuff as well.
Right.
It'll give me the confidence to work on something a bit more grand. So yeah.
Well, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
sounds like fun.
I hope I can pull it off, and that people are entertained by it. It is something different that you would see in a comic book. You don't see much in the way of mystery or intrigue and things like that. So investigative or whatever. So it's not a genre that's delved into too much in comics. I find.
That is true. But I mean, that's partially why I'm intrigued by it. I sometimes I think, especially like superhero, I'm just kind of like, I'm personally tapped unless somebody like comes up with something really, really amazing. But I'm kind of done with it. It seems like it's like we were just beating a dead dog after a while. It's like
yeah.
And so I like new blood.
Yeah. I love the superhero stuff. I love all that. 80s Maids having a dig at me. Thanks, 80s. Appreciate it.
Hey, Aldous is here. Hey, what's up, Aldous? How you doing, bud?
Aldous, 80s.
Experience comes from doing. Glad Hockey is writing about a dress.
Yes, writing about a dress.
Well, consult Sugar Chris. That's going to be your best.
Yeah, apparently Sugar Crest has something to do with the dress. I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to tell a story about a dress without taking a dig at Chris.
Though my dress is not red, so it is orange. Though it doesn't really matter because the comic's black and white. But anyway, the dress is orange. So.
There you go.
It's like, use your imagination. It's orange.
Yeah. I guess I'll have a color cover so that the dress should be in the covers, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I almost feel like, even though it's like, every with especially with American comics, it's all been superhero stuff, but I feel like there's been a resurgence with just fantasy and like what you're doing, hockey mystery, because that's what comics used to be. Like, there used to be comics for everybody. You had mystery, you had murder mystery, detective, you had superhero stuff. Everything was. You had westerns, you had sci-fi.
Yeah.
Everything wasn't. Everything
to the
wasn't
East Bay days.
superheroes. Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of going back there.
Well, I don't think it ever fully left. Like, there's always been the variety, but I think with influx of independent comics and that kind of definitely where we're all at, like the main focus. But like, I think it's just where comics are headed is independent. And with the rise of independent comics, you're going to get a rise of variation. And
yeah, definitely. So it just allows everyone to tell a story. So the one that I have got Ali Sangui's working on is a space horror, which has been done. There's a lot of aliens and alien comics out there. So my story has the same feel as Alien. That's what I'm trying for. But we've got the plethora. I've read quite a few different books because I like stories that are a little bit alternate, a little bit different, and that's kind of why I really like Michael Bancroft's one, because it is different. It's not a traditional superhero story. So so I think things like that really intrigue me. So.
No, I agree. That's definitely what I like too, is something different, something unique, which does get harder and harder. You're like, space horror, it's been done, but it's like, that is a genre that can be explored way beyond, because it's never ending, the possibility.
I kind of almost feel now too, especially with and I think manga has kind of started changing the scene now. It's not that you follow, Spider-Man or like, you know what I mean? Now it's like with manga, like you read Berserk because of the creator. You want to see what story that dude is telling. You watch One Punch Man, you read One Punch Man because you want to see what story that guy is telling. And when he's done with that story, or when he's done with that world, he's going to move on to something else. And those people that liked whatever he's doing, when Chainsaw Man guy, whatever his name is done with Chainsaw Man, and he does his next story, all those people that read Chainsaw Man are going to go hop over and read his next story. And they're curious. It's almost like like Stephen King. What's the next Stephen King book? I like Stephen King stuff. What's his next thing? Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what people are doing. They're following the creators now because it's easier than ever to be in contact and to follow creators. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How can they put their spin on this type of story? So yeah. It's really good.
It's not like they want to find out they want to follow that team and see what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it's if they like this book, Hocky, and then what else is Hocky doing? All right, cool. I'm gonna go see that book, even if it's a space whatever.
Yeah.
If they like your this mystery story. Oh, well, I want to see what he's doing with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. They're gonna follow you, and that's what modern audiences are doing now.
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
I like it that way.
Can I chill in one stream without someone mentioning manga? No, you can't. You can't just because it's the top selling stuff right now.
And who the hell calls it manga? It's manga.
It's mangers. It's Japanimation.
Yes. Have you heard that Christmas song, "Away in a Manger"? That's what it is.
I don't read or watch. When I say I don't watch, I watch Studio Ghibli stuff, and I used to things that used to be on in the mornings back in the 80s, like Astro.
Yeah.
So
I can't watch new stuff. Like I can't like what was I watching I was watching Venus Wars.
Okay.
Like I wasn't even watching Venus Wars. Like there's like it's like a documentary about like the making of Venus Wars, and it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, we're talking like this is like 80 something when it came out, and it was a movie. And these guys ride these, the coolest thing is these dudes riding these badass like motorcycles. They have one wheel,
Oh.
and it's just, but it's like, this war on Venus, and you know what I mean. So it's like, and just attack and all the animation. I mean, it's up there with like Akira. Like this is like no joke. Like it's really good. It was a movie,
Yeah.
like an animated movie and stuff. And it's like stuff like that. I can't. But they're like, hey, you want to watch what? I'm like, I don't. What?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's like if it goes past like 2005, like I'm gonna go back and start watching Record of Lodoss War, because nobody talks about that. It's so damn good in terms of like fantasy genre, like, and that's this art style I like. Everything else is looks the same. To me, everything looks the same now that I don't watch any new stuff.
I like, I'm in the same boat, but I tried to watch. Someone put me onto this Sword Online one, and I tried to watch the first couple episodes. I'm going, no, this isn't for me.
Yeah,
I have no idea what's going on. It's confusing. So, and the same with I think on Netflix they had animation, but it was based on Castlevania. I'm going, yeah, I love Castlevania.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm going, I have no idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
they made Trevor this bumbling idiot, and then you're just like, and then like the second and third season they kind of go like weird, like it's kind of weird with Alucard, and I'm just like, and I love, like, dude, I'm like one of these dudes that was like, when they had like the Castlevania website, like the Castlevania dungeon, and they were breaking down timelines and doing lores, like I would read them. Like Castlevania is probably like one of my like top franchises that I love, like the lore and everything too. And I'm watching this show, and it's like, I mean, it was passable. It wasn't the worst, but usually when we get video game adaptation of stuff, it's horrible. So I'm like, well, it wasn't bad, but so I'm like,
don't
okay.
You find yourself saying that a lot nowadays? It wasn't the worst, or it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, where was the last thing that you saw that's recent that you're just like, fucking blew my mind? It was amazing. Like, it's just not getting that stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's like they can't commit or something unless it's somebody independent that does something really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like,
well, the underground's where it's at. I mean, when the mainstream gets stale, underground will always bring it back to life. Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think what I was watching. What the heck did we just watch? I'm trying to think what we watched. That was pretty good. Puss in Boots was really good.
I did. So I did watch. What's the one with Spike and
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. I really enjoyed Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is a classic. It's one of those that's just like, and they end it. They do it, and then it's like, it ends, and you're like, okay, cool, like awesome.
So I only just watched that recently. I watched it last year, so I'd never seen it, and I've always been interested about it. So I watched it last year and go, that was really good. But Billy, promised Billy I would read. Is it Gunsmith Cats? Gunsmith Cats. So
I've seen the movies. The movies are very good. I don't know about the book. The book, I heard the book was kind of borderline. It gets kind of risque in some spots. I don't know, but you can watch the movies on YouTube. They're awesome.
Yeah. See, Aldous, you did this.
I
you did this by
that's it, Aldous. So I promised him that. Okay, I said, pick a book for me, pick a series or whatever, and I will read some of it. And that's the one he chose for me. He said it's lighter. It's a kind of a lighter manga story, so and easier to get into. I thought, okay, no problem. So I've got those there to read. I just haven't had time to sit down. Usually, if I'm reading a book, I read it in bed, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually read because I'm going to bed really early. So,
yeah. I got to get the. I gotta get the movies. They released a collection of the movies on Blu-ray, and it's something like the neatest animation because they're two bounty hunter chicks that are really neat. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, and they're great core. You know, and Raleigh Vincent is probably one of the coolest fucking names ever, and she drives a Mustang, like a Cobra Mustang and shit. You know, and it's like, and when they animate this thing in the you know, they have a car chase, and it's like a big character, and they're like, and I mean, somebody's fucking animating a damn Mustang, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't doing no CG shit, you know what I mean, back then when they were doing it, and you're like, holy crap, like this is some of the coolest cars like I've ever seen animated in my life.
That's awesome.
You know, so and then so it's super cool, you know, it's really good.
Okay, Aldis's last comment cracked me up. That was pretty good.
Know why Kirby could do so many pages in a week? He wasn't talking about manga.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, the only manga I'm gonna buy, it has to be big format. It has to be big. Like I got the Battle Angel Alitas that are like big, like this big.
Yeah.
Like normal size, you mean?
No, they're like huge.
Okay, well you did it like comic book size at first. Like
they're
normal.
like magazine size.
Oh.
But they're
I
hardcover.
can dig that. I don't like
you
manga
know?
for the size. I think it actually kills the storytelling a little bit too.
I think so. And then another one is Blade of the Immortal. That's a really good one. I gotta check out. That I have a few issues of that. But they released them in the big Berserk size things.
Oh,
you know, and those are awesome, black and white. And it's about like a samurai guy that he can't die, so he has to kill like 100 bad guys in order for him to die.
Oh yes, to kill to die. I like that.
It's pretty dang good. It's pretty good.
Kill to Die. I wrote a song called Kill to Die.
All right, yeah, we're killing Western civilization. Yeah, sounds about right. Billy, Venus Wars was not only visually stunning, but the story is quite serious and on the level of a Greek tragedy. It does not end well for either side that is fighting the war. Yeah, I have to watch it again because I forgot how good it was. Like how good the animation was. Why are we not talking about Odin's great framing layout in the center of the page, a la Hal Foster?
Well, this whole thing is somewhat Hal Foster inspired. So the idea, like the Prince Valiant type style. I mean, not that my style is anything like Hal Foster, but in that sense, but. I dig it. I appreciate that. But it is kind of like Prince Valiant in the sense that there's like text, not like voice bubbles and stuff.
Yeah.
With the imagery.
That's what I think. Like, I don't think I want to do a traditional comic book. You know, that's why I think I'm going to do like a kid's book or something like that instead. Just because,
you know, I don't do it.
I know. I started writing it.
We were just talking about taking the leap.
I know. I'm writing. I might do an art book though first. How much I've been drawing lately, I might just do an art book first. Because that's something that's like, I got art. Here's a book.
I know, and I keep telling you to do the story first.
Yeah,
because I think that's a better route.
I considered something like that. I thought, oh, could I do that? And then everyone's going, no, do a comic. I'm going, okay, brilliant.
Well, it's because you do the book, and people are interested because there's a story involved. And then when they like the art, then you go, here's my art book, you know, my sketchbook and whatever, you know. So
see, yeah, exactly. See, even Kenneth Rockerford did it. You know, he did a comic first before he put out his art book. So.
Yeah. Well, the art book would be the art book. I'd use the art book to do a test of seeing how Amazon works with fulfillment and the print on demand. So the art book would be the experiment.
Yeah, and I get that.
And it would be something that I would crowdfund. I would have it done and be like, all right, here, let's try this.
Like if you're gonna do a test, kind of do it on something like that. I get that thinking.
All this manga talk now. I'm hungry. Off to get Taco Bell only because there isn't a Taco Bill in America.
Oh yeah. Well, you know.
We have a Taco Bell opening up here in my country town.
Really?
Right next to Taco Bill?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you this too. Like one thing I noticed, I was going and getting a we took my daughter to the bookstore to get some books because I read her a story every night.
Hmm.
And I was looking at some of the children's books that are illustrated.
Yeah.
And I think illustrators like didn't get into comics. I think they were like, I'm doing a kid's book, because some of these books that I saw that were illustrated are freaking amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a new
and
thing then, because like when my kids were younger, like the kids' books, the art was dog shit. You know? It
yeah,
was
it's
horrible.
like
Yeah.
dude. I'm gonna go grab one real quick. The one that I bought, I was like, we gotta buy this one because I want to read this one. And it's a short, easy story, but just the art is killer.
Curious. Well, also because like even as a kid, art's what drew me in. You know.
Hmm.
It's the same with comic books now. You know, it's like I gotta like the art. You know, that's like the biggest thing for me. And you know, some of those kids' books, it's kind of like Where the Wild Things Grow. Did you ever read that, Hocky?
No, I didn't actually. I think it was just one that I missed out on. But then I saw that God Awful movie. I was going,
Oh yeah, I didn't
this
even
movie
bother.
is horrible.
I didn't even
Oh.
bother because I don't want things ruined. That's why I don't watch
Oh.
remakes and stuff. Is because like, I
Terrible.
don't want it ruined.
I was going, what was the point of this? So
It's
yeah,
a money grab. Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing on nostalgia.
No, so there's one in Australia. There's an Australian artist by his name is Graham Bass.
Oh,
Now
it's just a Chapman.
he done this. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, look at that! Wow.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
that's
like,
weird.
I'm getting this book for you, but I'm buying it for me.
I like the water story. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That's I love the colors and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Well, and
It's
that's the
about
thing, like you were saying, comic book artists who didn't do comic books, because this is still sequential storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a different way of doing it. It's different
Mhm.
than comic book.
I thought this one was really great.
Oh, Aldous knows of Night Owl. Night Owl is great.
Yeah, it's very good.
I dig it. Yeah, there's very little text. Like this page has quite a bit, like a full paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, that stylized mural. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
yeah.
just. I'm just like, and there was a few that were like, dude, this is really good. Like, and then he gets accepted to night school, and the dad's like, "What the fuck? What?"
Put a WTF above his head.
You're like, "What?" And it's a great story too, you know. But I was like, this art is amazing. I'm buying this book. That's another good
Yeah.
one here.
That's great.
Dig it.
But yeah, it's like really good. And I was like, oh, I'm buying this one.
Yeah, it's been a while since I got kids' books, and like I said, most of the ones I got, they were pretty bad. Like, and it was sad because I'm like, the detriment is to my kids who get inspired by the imagery as much as the story. You know?
Mm-hmm. Just him face to face with a dragon.
This artist Graham Bass, he did a book called Animalia. I don't know if it got widespread overseas or whatever.
That sounds very familiar, Animalia.
So yeah, and it goes from A to Z.
Yeah,
So every
okay.
page, or maybe it might be a double page spread. So there's this
Right.
little poem, and each one has this poem about an animal or something. But the pages have all these things hidden inside them. So, and especially this little boy. He's got this little boy that's in every like image, and you spend your time trying to find what's in there. So say it's A. You've got alligators, but then there's all these things hidden in there that starts with A as well. So, and then the little boy is somewhere hidden in there, and you try and find them. It's his artwork is just beautiful. So
That's awesome.
And I read that when I was in primary school. So it's
Oh yeah.
40 years old, this book, but it's so
Graham
good.
Bass, right?
Graham Bass, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look. I'm looking it up. Oh yeah, this stuff's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a great book. It's one of my favorites, and
Yeah, I think I had this book too. But I was the same way when I would buy kids' books for my kids. I'm looking for good art because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, what inspires your imagination? The stories are kids' stories, so they're very simple. So the imagery has to sell it. So when I see like kids' books that have really bad art, I'm like, what a waste, you know? Like the story might have been good, but like it's just lost.
Mm.
yeah, kind of wish. Oh,
Hey, Gregory, thanks for tuning in, bud.
What's up, Greg? Gregory.
Bonjour.
Oh, we got that book the day after our
Gregory.
son watched Legends of the Guardians for the first time.
Oh yeah, Legends of Guardians was fun.
Yeah, we just we got that, and I think I got her something else. I think I got her a Ninja Turtle book too. I'm like, this is Ninja Turtles. We got to get this one.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of though when I saw the owls was Legends of the Guardians. I was like, oh yeah.
Legends of Gahul. Because I think that's the original name, is it? Legends of Gahul? Gahul?
Yeah.
Oh really?
And the movie was called Legends of Guardians.
Like Legends of Ghoul will never sell. I gotta change the Guardians.
Yeah, especially in movie form, you know, it's going, what the hell?
Yeah, they're like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie was really good. It's a shame they didn't continue on.
Yeah, and the animation was really good. Like,
Yeah.
all in all, a very enjoyable movie.
Great to hear Australian accents every now and then, too. And a bunch of Aussies. Awesome.
And something that wasn't Yahoo serious, right?
Oh, no, he hasn't acted since the 80s or 90s.
What?
Early 90s.
He was a one-hit wonder there, too? I thought he was a national treasure.
He had 2 movies.
Yeah. What was it called? Weird something?
There was Young Einstein and...
Young Einstein, yeah, that's the one.
There was another one he did, and I can't think of the name of it. So, gosh, I haven't thought about it for ages. Someone will look it up.
I just remember on The Simpsons, which they took a few digs at the Aussies, one whole episode in particular, but there was one where they were like Australian Film Festival, and it said, or something like Yahoo Serious Film Festival, and she's like,
Yeah.
Lisa's walking by, and she's like, those are English words, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, it was. So Legend of the Guardians. Yeah. No, I think I looked him up probably a year or so back, and it was saying something about him being evicted from his apartment because he hadn't paid rent. So,
The mighty have fallen.
I know. I was going, oh no! Someone put him in a movie.
Just
Poor
do
guy.
it behind the music like VH1. Like catch up with him as a hobo and be like, "What happened, Yahoo Serious?"
Yeah.
He's like, "It wasn't all fun and games. I had to get serious.
Yeah.
Less Yahoo and more serious."
Yeah, too much Yahooing. Not enough serious.
No serious.
No serious.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it could be fun to see him in a movie. I don't know why he quit acting or what happened. Maybe he just got typecast and people were just going, no, you only make these silly movies. So,
Well, it's a timepiece, right? Like it's the same he's like the American Pauly Shore or something, you know?
yeah probably.
Where it's like it worked, you know, everybody laughed a bit, but then they go, all right, you know, like how long are you gonna keep doing this? Is that all you got?
Yeah.
I know they keep paying Adam Sandler, so who the hell knows, man?
Well, I will say this for Adam Sandler, because I actually kind of dig Adam Sandler, is that he does. At least he used to do like various characters, because like the character Billy Madison was quite different than Happy Gilmore.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're both like ridiculous and funny, but like it was like one was way more goofy and the other one was more aggressive and whatever. So there was like some variance at least.
Oh yeah, I mean I love Billy Madison. I love Waterboy. I love Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Waterboy.
They still pay him now to make movies, and it's like I don't even know what he does.
Well, yeah, and I don't know who's watching. Like I quit watching him. Like I quit finding it funny, but
Yeah, I don't watch his stuff often, but the stuff that I have seen, I've enjoyed. So
yeah,
I love Little Nicky. Little Nicky was fun. That was one of my favorites.
Punch Drunk Love, I really like of his.
Oh yeah, that one was.
It's very different to anything else he's done.
So he has done quite a few different things, like Little Nicky character, Waterboy, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. They're all different characters. Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
And I have seen
Punch Drunk Love was quite different.
Yeah, it was. And I've seen a couple of the ones he's done that are Netflix exclusive type ones.
Yeah.
They've actually been pretty good. There's one that he was a not a producer. He was an agent. Like he was a movie agent.
Right.
And they end up getting all these different celebrities on to talk about the character. So it wasn't too bad. And there was another one he did with something about a hitman, and it was okay. So
the last one I saw, I can't remember what it was called. It was kind of like the same he's been doing, where he casts all his buddies, but it wasn't Grown Ups or whatever that was called. It was, or maybe it was. I don't know. They went like on a retreat out in the woods. And I mean, it had some funny moments, like all of them do. They have their funny moments, but it was kind of formulaic, and yeah.
My wife doesn't like Adam Sandler. However, her favorite movie is an Adam Sandler movie.
Go figure.
Well, that's a big caveat there. I hate him, but my favorite movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I can let you guess, but it's
Well, give me a clue.
The one set in the 80s. What was that one?
Wedding Singer?
Wedding Singer.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun. I like that one. My daughters love that one.
Yeah. She loves that movie. It's her favorite.
Oh, the Punch Drunk Love, man, that's always hard to say. Punch Drunk Love. The part that always got me and cracked me up, because it's such a manic thing, because he was kind of a manic character. But when he's like so mad about like getting ripped off or whatever, that he like goes and tracks down the guys who ripped him off, but he's like still holding the telephone because he was so mad. So he like goes cross country and he's like still holding the phone. That cracked me up.
It was great. It was just so odd. But the way it opens makes no sense.
I can't even remember how it opened.
He just walks out and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, something. He's walking out in the street, and there's a car crash, and then someone drops a little piano off, and you just go, "What the hell?
What am I getting into?"
Which had no bearing to any of the car crash didn't. Had no bearing to the film at all. But the little piano did, because he ended up playing the piano and
I barely remember it. Like, I literally only remember the telephone thing, because it was like that dude who died, the heroin overdose guy, William H. Macy or what? No, not William H. Macy. What was that guy's name?
Yeah, I can't think of his name either.
He had 3 names like that, like he was
ginger
all
hair. He was kind of.
Yeah, he was in Big Lebowski. Played Brant in Big Lebowski. Why can't I think of that guy's name? Probably because he wasn't that important. That's why I don't think of his name. Now I gotta look it up. Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh
That's-
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was all right, but I don't know. His character was kind of hard.
Yeah, he's playing kind of a, I don't know, a shyster.
Yeah, ripping people off. That was good. It was good. Good cast and good characters. So
Yeah, he did it well.
interesting movie. Just a really bizarre. So
Yeah. How the hell did we get on the topic of Adam Sandler anyway? I
I
forget.
don't know. Oh yeah, Yahoo Serious. It was all his
Oh
fault.
yeah,
Because we're like, Adam Sandler still makes movies, so Yahoo
Yeah,
Serious
yeah.
can have a comeback. Why not?
yeah. Why isn't Adam Sandler broke and homeless?
Yeah.
He's-
well, he has his own studio. So you see, was it Billy Madison? No.
oh yeah, Adam Sandler's a
Happy Billy or whatever is this? His
Happy Madison.
Yeah.
Happy Madison. That's it.
he's a very rich man, Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
no doubt.
So I would say he probably finances a lot of his own films and
Oh sure.
gets them made. But yeah.
I'm gonna make you big hockey.
Oh no, I'm not. I draw something and then I delete it because I'm going, no, it looks terrible. So, which usually
Don't
what
make me
happens.
big. Whatever you do.
No, because I haven't actually done any drawing for a couple of days. I haven't been able to. When I sit down to draw again, it's like I've forgotten how to do it, how to draw.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
gotta,
drawing, going, no, that doesn't work. So I delete, and I'm drawing again. Oh no, that doesn't work. I'll delete. So
We're get back in the groove.
it's getting back in the groove. Sometimes to do that to help me, I'll do like gesture drawings, 1 minute or 30-second to 1 minute gesture drawings.
Oh yeah.
Just,
I can never recommend that enough for people. Like
yeah, it's
for
a lot
myself
of fun.
included, I need to do it too. But
Not gonna do
nothing. I can't think of an exercise that helps more with specifically comic book drawing than just gesture drawings.
Yeah, gesture drawing's great. So I'm going to set up and do some gesture drawing while we are. Okay.
There we go.
60 seconds. 60 gesture drawing. It won't look any good, but that's okay. It's not the point. It's the
Yeah, gesture drawings they're kind of free form, you know.
yeah, just having fun. Just so I'll move the stream over on this side, and
I was just thinking about how I got good at gesture drawings. This will get a little blue, but as a teenager, you know, it's not like when I was a teenager, it's not like we had the internet, you know. So I had to draw my own pornography. Contorted bodies in all these positions. That was my gesture drawing when I was young.
but you know you get
TMI, but I figured you guys should know.
in ladies magazines. You get the form, you get naked figures that you can draw. So
Oh yeah. Well, it was that, and then I ended up buying a lot of like muscle magazines.
yep,
Just to see, because I mean, as vascular as guys in a muscle magazine, you see every muscle and how it moves with every flex and every pose. And also, it gave me some good lifting advice. You know,
Mhm.
do you even lift, bro?
do I even lift? I tried to back then.
I don't. So.
I like that. Do you even lift, bro? Well, I don't. End of argument.
I lift the food to my mouth. That's about that's my lifting efforts.
What do they call it? 12-ounce curls.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, I'm dry, so I'll be right back.
sounds good.
Yeah, I'm a food addict. I love my food.
It's hard. You know, you're like, oh, especially when you get excited. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have this today. Oh yeah.
I make dinner, so I'm usually the one that cooks dinner as well. So I get to decide what to eat, and I'm doing tacos, but I'm going to do like a shredded chicken. So,
Okay.
that's the plan. So I've got to go shopping and get some.
You say shredded
Foods.
chicken? Man, it's been a while since I did that. I used to do that quite often.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. So I'll do that, and yeah.
So, you know, J-Bot, you moved to Wednesday, which means I'm able to go to my movie theater on Tuesdays. And so yesterday I went and saw Fifth Element on the big screen.
Oh, dude, it's such a good movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun to see. I've seen it so many times, though. So it's one of those ones where I'm like, that's cool that it's on the big screen, but I could recite it in my sleep, you know? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Dallas. It's such a good movie, though.
But I like the atmosphere, watching it with a bunch of strangers and on the big screen with some movie popcorn. I can have a beer at that movie theater. It's pretty cool. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, had fun. Next week, they're doing The Birds for its, I think it's 60th anniversary of The Birds.
I
That's cool.
want to say that I've never seen it, but I may have when I was younger. So
Well, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I know I've seen it, but it must have been really young because I can't picture like the scenes very well.
yeah,
And so I'm pretty excited to go see that one too, because that one won't be like The Fifth Element where I'm like, I could just tell you the whole thing from beginning to end, you know?
yeah,
It'll be like going to a movie experience, like a new movie almost, even though it's
yeah, definitely.
60 years
Oh,
old.
Great.
Yeah, this is the last Hitchcock movie I saw. Because shamedly, I'm ashamed to say I haven't seen a bunch of them, but I think the last one I saw was it called Vertigo? One where the guy's like gets vertigo with heights and stuff. That one was where they used that cool cinema effect when he's like going up this staircase and then it like zooms out. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but that's one of the coolest.
Oh yeah, I know that.
The hazards of digital.
I've actually
never seen any Hitchcock stuff, so
Yeah, I've really
You haven't seen any? You've seen Psycho, right? Or well, you've
Nah.
maybe like American Psycho. You've seen any of them? Which is
no. I'm not a big horror guy or thriller guy or anything, you know. Just never had the urge to watch them.
Yeah. That stuff.
Maybe
gets
one
me.
of these days.
Well, you know, he's a legend of cinema. So.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, Vertigo. Aldous says Vertigo is great. Yeah, Vertigo was really good. Wasn't that Jimmy Stewart?
I think so.
Jimmy Stewart.
Sounds right.
He says Kim Novak, which, yeah. I didn't know that was her name. Now I did.
Oh, I gotta go find my pencil now. What the hell?
Well, he says the hazards of digital. I wonder if he was giving you crap about draw something, erase it, draw something, erase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
No, that's the one thing, like, especially when I'm working on pages. Like, I've done it on stream so many times where I'm like, I'm just drawing on a page, but I'm like, what if I screw this up live?
Yeah.
There's no delete button. There's no undo.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I found myself like, I don't know. It's like there's been a pros and cons, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just like they do this and do this and do this and do this, and they're doing all this digital. Oh, well, this is like just draw the fucking thing. You know what I mean? So I say, oh, I gotta make this eye bigger, and they're lining stuff up, and it's almost like if you have like too much at your disposal, like, you know what I mean, you can fix your stuff too easily
by analysis. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, you get comfortable. So I'm like, here,
well, I've seen people
why don't you draw this? You're like,
crop an eyeball and like rotate it.
Yeah,
I've done that.
And I'm like, why didn't you just draw it that way?
yeah. You're just like, oh man, that's the best part. Is just like the tools that you have are like really cool. Like you're just like, oh man, that eye's kind of crooked. I'm just gonna make it bigger. I could tweak stuff. I don't like that. I could tilt the head a bit, and. But then it's like part of it's like, especially with like comics or traditional art, it's like when you see like, the Tom McFarlane or Sam Keith and stuff, and you see them use whiteout on their stuff. You know what I mean? It's almost like it adds like a personality to it.
Whiteout does. It has its own look, and you can almost tell. Well, if you get an artist edition, you can tell. But like, there's something organic for sure. I haven't touched my Wacom tablet in like 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went back, like I didn't touch a paper for like 2 years before that, and I was just using the tablet. I was just drawing digital, and then once I got a brush in my hand again and started drawing it, then I was like, okay, I'm not going back. I don't like digital no more. I tried it, and nothing against. I'm not talking.
Oh yeah,
Hocky's right there, like good digital. I'm not saying it's bad. Because I've seen great digital art.
It's just a different medium, I chose to go digital because I thought I'm learning. I don't want to waste paper. So,
well, that's good. Saving the planet.
So, I thought I'm just.
Speaking of digital, Billy Bacsko with the digital background. What's up, brother?
Christ, Billy.
What up, yo?
It's like digital underground. It's the digital underground.
I didn't want to interrupt. Please continue your thought that you guys were having there.
Yeah, sorry, Hocky.
Yeah, but I still have a sketchbook, so I'll sit down at breakfast or whatever, or if I'm out, I'll take my sketchbook and I'll scribble in that. Everything is still learning, so I still do this type of stuff. I'm like gestures or rough stuff. I'll work on drawing.
Exactly.
I might have a page full of noses or lips or
exactly.
Or something.
Whiteout pen is essential, though. I mean, you got to think people that work in charcoal and like just pencil. I mean, they have an eraser, but when you go to ink, it's like whiteout is like your negative space friend.
It is.
It's like it's just as essential, really, as the black to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have more whiteout pens than I do regular.
Well,
pens.
because sometimes the way you get with your stroke, it looks a certain way, and you need to be able to make that negative space white stroke into the black in the same way that you're making that positive stroke black onto the white. Like everybody's got their own line weight and curve and how they like make shapes and stuff.
Well, it's also
you
good for
want to
effect.
see that push and pull. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not just like fixing mistakes, but like you were saying, like you're creating negative space or you're adding an effect. It's like a reverse splatter sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, and if you're a person that likes to either cross hatch or contour or cross contouring or hatching with white into your black shapes looks dope, man.
It does.
It looks dope.
Dale Keown showed me that, like when I was young, I was seeing. I'm like, how does he do that? Because I didn't know anything about whiteout. I thought they all just like were masters, like amazing inkers, and they just like were able to get all that with just ink.
Yeah.
And I was like, how does he do that? And then I eventually learned like half of that cool hatching effect that he was getting was using the negative space in his hatching.
Dude, it was crazy. Like after I did the Zipatone on Rock and Roll Ninja, and a lot of sometimes like Matt Barr, when he would draw ninjas in the background, like how they have like the wrapping on their arm and shit.
Yeah.
He would just draw the whole arm and fill it in black, and then go back with a white pen, and then just wiggle it just right on the forearm.
Much easier.
So you couldn't really tell, but until you zoomed in, I'm like, oh, he didn't draw that those
Yeah.
separations there, because I can tell where the flow is. That's a white line cutting into the black, but like at a
Right.
distance, it looks like that wrap, and it's way easier than going in with all the black lines, you know, like
Right.
crisscrossing and shit. You know, it's just like,
So
oh man,
much
fuck that
faster.
shit. I'm just
Well,
Just
cut
so
that shit out, you
I
know?
watched Richard Friend, his YouTube channel. He's amazing inker, you know.
oh yeah, dude. That
And he's
guy's-
like, well, I don't use. He's like, doesn't use whiteout rarely ever, or white
really,
ink. Yeah, he wouldn't use whiteout. He would use white ink. But like,
yeah, white ink, but yeah,
but like
I mean-
all these like detailed like mech stuff with shadow and all the like outline of all the
he
panels.
draws
and
all
stuff.
like the
He makes
side
that.
shape.
He makes that. Yeah, and I'm like, well, whatever.
Yeah, just too seriously. I mean, because like I've even seen Kenneth
Good for you.
You know what Kenneth Rocafort uses? He uses a white Posca pen. You know the paint
Yeah.
pens. That's
Yeah,
what he
those are
uses. Because
Hmm.
because he says he likes the way the Posca pen grabs on the paper better than actual brand whiteout and stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, these are a revelation.
Because it's like an acrylic. Because I mean, and you can get them in both. You can get them in depending on like how smooth of a
And these.
Bristol board that you use.
So
Yeah,
the
you
fine
can get
stuff I
those
use
in.
this.
Yeah, you can get those
Yeah.
in enamel or acrylic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is,
Just
though,
because I used to use them to like graffiti on shit.
the Posca is the one I found colors on black ink the best on Bristol. Like some of them kind of like fade into like a gray or something like that, and Posca
Mhm.
actually,
Yeah, it gives a nice pure
it
white.
holds the white over the
Yeah.
black ink. Yeah, and the
Dude,
jelly pen.
I've gotten pages
These
from
cheap ass
people that
ones.
like actually use like regular whiteout, and it's like, oh, it's harsh because it's like when you actually zoom in on the line work when you're getting
Not
ready
a
to work on
line.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's like blue. You know, like how
Oh,
whiteout
okay.
turns that bluish
Yeah.
color,
Mhm.
like, and it's like actually like blue, and then I'm like, fuck, why?
Are you bluish?
It's
I'm
so
bluish.
like, well, I mean, not only that, but like depending on how much like whiteout they had to use, if it's not like an effect and it's a fix. Dude, I've gotten pages from people where it looked like a topographical fucking
Yeah, it's all
map of, like,
textured.
it's
Yeah.
dude, it's like I can see the peak of the mountain of like the whiteout that's like covering there. I'm like,
Okay, fair
and,
enough.
and, like
I've
part of
seen
it's got like a
stuff
blue
colors like
shadow
that.
on it. I'm just like, god damn. All right, I'll just go
Yeah,
in there
yeah. It's like
digitally and
do this line and no, and then
Hey,
go
dude,
over it
it-
again, and then no, and then go over it again. I'm like, oh shit.
dude, it happens though, man. Like I remember doing a picture of my girlfriend that was kind of in a graffiti like cartoon style, and I was trying to work on her face so much that I ended up just ripping the fucking paper,
Mm.
like but wearing it out, you know, like erasing and inking. I was just like, fuck. So I like ended up like, because I wasn't working digitally back then, I like just fucking X-Acto knifed her fucking face back out and fucking pasted another fucking piece of paper underneath it, and then fucking drew the face fucking on there. I was like, ah, yeah, okay, that's good.
Well, you know, you do what you gotta do. Like, I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie, there's at least 2 pages in Shove, maybe more. There's 2 pages in Shove where I cut out a panel and, you know, scanned it with that panel cut out and put in there to cover
Mhm.
up the old one that I didn't like, you know. So you do what you gotta do.
That's like I'm wondering when I was talking about Blade of the Immortal earlier, the manga. Like when I bought it, like when it's actually like published by Dark Horse, and it was put in like floppies. And what they did is they took copies of the pages and then they cut them. They cut the panels and then they put them in proper comic book order,
Oh,
how
yeah,
we
yeah.
would do it. So you
Yeah.
read it like a normal comic.
Yeah, that's dude. All the anime that I fell in love with, that's like my favorite stuff. That's manga, was all delivered to me in regular comic book 22-page format.
Fantastic.
You know, that's what
Mhm.
people are like. Oh, I don't like the backwards. I'm like, dude, I read Ghost in the Shell forwards,
They
Yeah,
changed-
yeah.
oh, yeah.
22 pages at a time in English, and
Mhm.
didn't know till like years later. I was like, whoa, this was really only like a 5-issue like miniseries, like in
Mhm.
Japan. You know, like each book was like 80 pages or something like that, and there's only 5 of them. But yeah, no, they were broken up. Fucking Eclipse, or I can't remember, either Eclipse or Mirage, like broke them up into like 22 pages at a time. And they even had American artists doing covers for him. Like Art Adams did a bunch of covers for Ghost in the Shell for the American version. Yeah, he did like 6 of them because they like it was like 6 floppies per original manga, digest or whatever.
Right.
And for every 6 of the US floppies, they had a US artist do the covers for him. And there was like 6 of them that was Art
That was
Adams.
a smart idea on their part too.
Well, dude, I mean, that's what caught my eye because they were over on the indie rack. I was like, what is that shit? Fuck,
It's
that
Art
looks
Adams.
dope. Yeah.
Right next to, well, it wouldn't be right next to Fantastic Four or something.
Yeah, it's awesome. They need to do that more. I can't stand the format.
Well,
The
that's
manga format.
that's one of the bigger drawbacks.
Tonkabon format.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean,
I want.
I'm like, I
more
put
of
up
a-
with it.
it's
I
the
actually want
only
more of Liam Gray's one because
double
you
backwards.
go from.
We haven't brought that up in forever. God, that was a fucking nightmare.
Sorry, Liam.
You know how that book was printed, right? Did you guys hear about that? It was
I
like
don't
double.
think so. That's
It was
before
like
my
double.
time.
Dude, it was double backwards. So, and by that I mean it's like, okay, so you yeah, dude.
I've got it here. Let me set up the
So
camera.
you
and
read it
I'll
manga
show you.
style, but then when you would flip the pages, it was page still like 1, 2, and then you turn again 3, 4. So you'd have to like turn the pages and then like go to the other side every time. Like
So
like every
fully
page
left to
turn,
right,
you had
yeah.
to flip over to the right hand side page and read that one first, and then go left, and then turn the page, and then go all the way over a page and flip, and then
That's
go
a
back.
cool joke, man.
Dude,
What
it
the
was
hell?
fucking a mind fuck. It was so,
I
so
couldn't even read that.
It was
I don't even know
I'll
how
show-
you
I'll
page
show, I do
format
have it
something
here.
like that to send it to the printers.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I'm sure a left-handed
You
person.
never
did
fix
that.
it or no?
Oh, no, dude, and he
Maybe.
was trying to swear to everybody. He's like, "Oh no, this is Korean manhwa style." I'm like, they are not retarded in Korea. I'm sorry, they do not read like that.
They are not reading their books upside down. I think.
Right. Are you saying that they're retarded? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, dude, it's the most retarded way to read. I mean, who reads double backwards, dude? No, but like, not even like ancient civilizations were never even transcribed. Like, everybody reads at least one way or the other. We don't read in phrases where we like have to like jump back one phrase and then start again. It's like, dude,
I think we
so-
should write a book that's read bottom to top
bottom
and
to
double backwards.
bottom to top, every other page.
Every other
Okay,
page.
yeah.
here it is.
Okay,
here
which
it
book is this
you
one?
have to solve
Hey,
the
so,
riddle.
so this is Xenotype. So
Okay.
There's the spine. So the spine is on the left hand side. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that's the pages. So I'll open up to. Okay, so here's the
So
first
you read the
2
right page
pages.
first.
Well, that's a shame. That art's really
You've
good.
got to read this first,
Yeah, right.
and then read this. And I
And then
think you got to
flip it
read
over
this
and do the same thing.
Yeah, and panels backwards too.
Yeah.
So then turn.
So you've got to read here. So this way,
Yeah.
and then come up to here and go this way, and then flip this way.
What
Give
the
up.
hell?
I give up.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, dude.
What's happening?
Exactly.
It's so
and then
fucked up, dude. It's
It took-
unreadable. Oh, like
It took me like I think I got to here, and it was or maybe it was the next page. I'm there going somewhere around here. I'm just going. Wait, I think
Yeah, how long
think
before
this
you
is-
figure out the joke?
yeah. So I think this is page 6, and this is page 7. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
once you
I mean,
figured it
if
out,
you want to think
it's
about it,
like,
yeah,
okay,
because of the panel layout too, it's quad backwards. It's like,
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. With the panel layout going right to left. Yeah.
it's so, yeah.
Well, you could say quad backwards or just.
Oh my
retarded.
God.
Yeah.
I know. Is
So
it?
it should
It's just,
it should have been
dude. The
printed
artwork's killer.
this
The
direction
artwork's
from the back.
rad. The artwork's really good.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah, it's
for
yeah,
Yeah, it
really
is.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
really
a great
amazing.
tale. They did great.
The story actually isn't too bad. It's just it was just so confusing.
Takes you a week to get through it. I bet.
Well, I mean, you get lost halfway through, and then you got to check your index key in the back bibliography if you're traveling on the right map type. It's really a choose-your-own-adventure book. You should just skip to head to page 20, read 4
Just
pages,
put arrows.
4
1,
pages,
2,
then skip back
where
to
to read
page 12. Read 2 there, then go 56, 57, 58, back to 18, 19.
Did they ever
that would be
reprint
the
it,
best
or did
part.
they just leave
I
it
think
as
you're
it
onto
is?
something.
That's it. This was the whole shebang. This was ship.
I
these
do have the
babies.
colored version. So I met Liam. He gave me the colored version, but I didn't open it. It's still in the cling wrap. So apparently it was fixed for that. But yeah, I don't know.
But people have said, I haven't seen both, but people kind of have the consensus is that the colored version is the inferior version. Like the chapter titles look really good in color, but that see those big spreads that are like almost like chapter titles are really good, because I think they were done by the original artist that did the line work. But I've heard that the black and white is actually
with that much grayscale. It's like I don't want to see color.
Yeah.
See, like that was one that was full color done by the original artist. He's like a Greek dude too, or like Roman or some shit. He's like,
Yeah.
his
Really
name's Odysseus or some shit.
Okay.
This is how you read a manga.
Poor guy, all that work, and then just be like, "Oh yeah, we just print it backwards and upside down." Like, what the hell, man? You can't show anybody the book.
He drew it
like I
that
did
way.
this book. How you can? Well, I did this book,
Dude,
but
he
He had to have known.
messed it up.
he was beside himself when the black and white one came out. He was so pissed. He was like raging on fucking social media. Like he was so.
So he thought the page
upset.
turn would have been like the way he would have expected it.
Yeah, like
And that's how he
fucking.
drew it.
Yeah, like manga style. Like it should have been printed. It should have
because
been
if you're
printed.
doing like full bleed, you want to know
Well,
which
I
is
mean,
left
it should
or right.
have been it should have been arranged manga style so that you actually read it. That
From
not
backwards.
English.
Should have been
Yeah,
you should-
it'd be started from there.
yeah. And and if it would have been done from there, it would have been correct. But it wasn't.
would have been.
But
Well,
they put
it's-
page one
like
in
you
the
said,
front.
it's a shame.
and
It's
the
like a really good looking book,
Yeah.
So.
The artwork is really pretty.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the artist was quoted, "You fucking asshole! I can't believe you did that to my dream book. I quit college to work with you. I can't believe that you've done this." I'm pretty sure, like
really?
paraphrasing.
Oh my god.
Well, that's a big book too. That's a lot of art.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
I think it's 100,
It's kind of funny because I think. Wait a second.
120,
I'm just trying to get
180
to it.
pages, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's at least 100. Yeah,
And
it's
I
got
think it's. I'm just trying to find it, but I think
50
it's
or
from about this. So you can see there's that, and then there's that. This is all one fight scene.
Oh god.
Yeah, full on fucking dude. Dude,
Yeah.
manga-tastic, dude. Yeah,
kind of
So-
badass. Yeah.
I wouldn't see no Type 2 come out.
I'm not sure. Artist doing that one, so.
Yeah, no, the artist went on to like actually do some work for PewDiePie, and then like put his new project called Tomahawk Angel on Webtoons, and it's like one of the biggest like kind of like titles on Webtoons now.
Oh, cool.
That's not surprising. He's really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn
it's
good.
very pretty. It's like really pretty.
Like he did that cover too. That's
Look at-
the interior artist
Yeah.
did his own cover. He did that.
Yeah, I did like that cover a lot.
Mhm.
It's super old school, like very throwback how it looks. Like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's
Yeah, it doesn't
super-
look like that cut and paste stuff that you see today, or everything starts looking the same.
No.
Like in
Oh,
terms of like manga and like anime and stuff, like just certain, like it looks like a certain generic anime style that you see.
Well,
Like
it looks like he
Yeah,
worked.
well, I mean, there's-
multimedia
I would say
and,
that
you know,
just
like
like-
like when you see all these anime games coming out, or these games with these anime aesthetics, like
Yeah,
like
well,
Genshin
I would say-
Impact,
Yeah,
and then like
I would say-
everything looks like that. You know what I mean?
Well, see, Genshin Impact is to Japanese house style what David Finch is to American comics house style.
Mm.
You see a lot of people trying to be at that
Emulating.
and do that thing.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm not trying to knock David Finch at all. David Finch is a fucking wonderful artist, but you know, there's a lot of, or even I would say maybe even higher, like there's a lot of Silvestri knockoffs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like in the American comic book scene, in the same way, you know, like in Japan, there's definitely like a Japanese house style, you know, that's kind of the generic,
Right.
you know.
hmm
Once it
All the
became
dudes,
popular.
all the dudes look the same except for their haircut and their haircut color. You know.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if you grab, what was I looking at? Like, so like the Sword Art Online game.
Yeah.
What was the other one that had the band?
Superhouse
Like Code Vein.
Code Vein, yeah.
And like Genshin
Oh,
Impact,
oh,
and then like
Code
what's
Vein
the
was
other
a
one?
pretty-
That Scarlet
Code Vein's a-
Nexus. They all look the same. Like
Code
all
Vein
the
and
characters-
Scarlet Nexus though are pretty fun though.
Code Vein was pretty dope. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what I'm saying? Like they all have like that same look. Like all
Yeah,
the characters
for
look
sure.
the same, and
Yeah.
it's very like vanilla and boring in the faces and stuff to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's-
okay.
It's definitely it's just it's that anime fucking house style.
They're not like be like, oh, we're gonna make the Ghost in the Shell game look like, you know, Shiro
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, oh no,
it's
we're just
not-
gonna make it look like everything else. You're like, whoa, what the fuck's the point, man?
It's like why one of my favorite movies, like still that's like held up. Like I've seen it so many times as Redline, and I love anything by Madhouse, like Madhouse Studios that did Vampire Hunter D and Ninja Scroll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like
I think
you
they
look
did.
at their
I think they did Ippo as well.
you look at their shit and it's all like all the dudes are all super square jawed and like really long, like fucking jagged fucking noses and shit. And like it's
Mhm.
not, you know, your typical manga style, you know,
Yeah.
or anime
Yeah.
style.
But to me, that was the typical. But at one
Yeah.
time,
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because they did. I mean, they've had a pretty big history. They did movies like Demon City Shinjuku and fucking Cyber
Yeah.
City Oedo and like
what's that? What's that? Wicked City. was
Wicked
another
City,
one.
same
Yeah.
studio. Yeah,
They had that. They
Red
had
Line's-
that style.
Redline's still
yeah.
my favorite one though, dude. That movie almost put that studio out of business. It cost.
That's what I
much
heard.
money. Yeah, it almost bankrupted him, dude. Almost fucking bankrupted him. But it's like it gives me goosebumps even thinking about it. Like the move, like the plot is so bare thin. It's just like wacky races, the fucking anime. But like the
Yeah.
fucking visuals are so out of control. It's like, oh fuck.
I
Because it's
think
hard.
they did,
It's hard to do like work like like Odin's doing right now. Like it's hard to animate blocked in dark shadows like that and have them track from frame to frame and actually
oh
animate
yeah,
it
imagine.
24 frames per second. Because
Mhm.
like that's usually why they just do an outline and then fill color and then maybe a digital shadow. Like you look at even the Lion King stuff. There's no shadows on those characters. It's just fill color and line.
Yeah.
Well, and you're starting to see that more and more in comic books.
Yeah.
Mhm.
To where it's like
Well,
there's no
they-
shadows. It's all left up to the colorist. You're like, really?
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely.
Yeah, they did Hajime no Ippo too, man. I love that fucking show.
Let me
That's some of
see.
the neatest action that you ever see. The boxing anime, Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One of the best openings fucking ever. The best theme songs are like, go punch shit.
I remember J-Bot, you did that little sequential of boxing action. Was that based off that?
I did one or two images of it.
Yeah, I really like that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. Even if you don't even like anime, like it's like it's a very simple story of a kid who's bullied and he wants to, and a boxer helps him out. And so the boxer's like, yeah, man, like you want to be a boxer? All right, man, do this. Like thinking he'll never do it. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to become a boxer. And the kid actually does it. Like he has to like catch 10 leaves out of the sky, like he hits a tree and has to catch 10
Oh
leaves.
damn,
before
it's
they
like
hit the ground.
fucking Shenmue shit, dude.
Yeah, and he's just a nerdy kid, but he's super strong because he helps his mom. Like his dad was a fisherman and got lost at sea, so he helps his mom load the bait before school. So he's always like carrying fucking like coolers. So he's like super strong, but he's not very confident. And then the boxer guy helps him, beat up these, trying these guys always hassle them. So the boxer guy goes and takes the buttons off their jackets with his jab. He just snatches all the buttons off their jackets and shit, and their pants start falling and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's like, they kind of blow him off, but his determination to be strong is like the motivation. It's like very like he just wants to become better, and every like the arc, it's very like true because the writer, I mean, Ippo's been going on like the manga since like the 80s or whatever, right? The guy is a big boxing fan, so they like talk about Tyson and Ali and real techniques, but they manga them to where they make them like special moves. Like the snap jab is so fast, like this dude can do a snap jab so fast that you can't fucking see it. And so Ippo's like, how do I have to, so he has to adapt and kind of figure out how he's gonna fight. And he usually wins by like determination and just pure like will and grit. But like the arcs of it is like maybe like 3 to 5 episodes. Ippo's gonna fight somebody. They show you who he's gonna fight. Then they talk about Ippo, how he's training to beat him, and then they give you the backstory on the guy he's gonna fight. And then after the like 3 or 5 episodes, they have the fight, and they usually fight for like 2 episodes. But you're like, the way they write the story so good that you don't know who's gonna win. Of course, you know Ippo is usually gonna win, but if Ippo loses, you don't mind because the characters that they write are so damn good that you're kind of pulling for the other dude, whoever he's fighting too. So you're just like, oh man, I love both of these guys. Like, this is great. And the action on it is just fucking sick, man. And it's just boxing. It's just a kid who boxes, and he's just becoming stronger and wants to be the best boxer. It's very simple, but the boxing animation and stuff is just dynamite. It's sick. It is so damn good.
You ever watch Grappler Baki?
Yeah, you know, I saw the original Grappler Baki like on VHS.
Yeah, man, it's just I mean, they've made a couple incarnations of it, but yeah, that's another one that I like where it's like a similar like Rocky story like that, where it's like a kid that's kind of like down and he finds like this. He doesn't know that it's like this super old master. He's like, teach me shit, and he's just like, you gotta do this fucking shit. Yeah, and all of a sudden he's like fucking just wrecking fucking fools.
But it's like, what I like is Ippo's grounded in like reality, like actual boxing techniques.
Yeah, real boxing, yeah,
which
for sure.
Is cool, you know. And he fights like Jack Dempsey, and who also fights like Tyson. So he's an inside boxer. So he has to get close, and he's just like he's like a strong, fucking meaty fuck. You know what I mean? Who's just gonna smash your shit. So his kind of like he can give a beating, but he can take it too. But he's a close boxer. So a lot of it is how he's going to get inside, or how he's gonna, you know, do certain techniques and stuff. And it's so it's him adapting his style to fight other people and stuff. But a lot of the stuff is based on Tyson, on Ali, on Jack Dempsey, because he does the Dempsey roll, which is a real life move that Jack Dempsey would do. He would like duck and then come with a hook after he would dodge. He would come with a hook. It's called the Dempsey roll. Like, it exists. Of course, they make it like anime, where it's like when he does the Dempsey roll, like it's like his Kamehameha, bro. Like, watch out, you know. Like, they have an uppercut, and this guy like does like this awesome uppercut, and they're like, oh man, the uppercut, right? This dude like freaking like tilts so far and like drags his glove on the mat, and like fucking wind shoots up when he's like does this uppercut. So of course it's not, you know, it's not just the uppercut, it's like a fucking, you know, Hadouken or some shit.
Yeah
It's like you could draw an uppercut, but that's just an uppercut.
But it's just like, whoa, here it comes. Oh, you know, and it's always about like the fighting spirit like coming back. And yeah, it's a real good one, and it's all on YouTube too. You can just watch it.
You can watch it. So is it anime or is it a comic?
No, it's an anime based on a manga.
Okay, I thought you were saying it was a manga. Sorry,
it's both.
But yeah, it's you could just put Hajime no Ippo or Ippo boxing, and it comes up, and you could watch like 3 seasons.
Yeah,
and it's I think it's dubbed. I've seen it dubbed and subtitled, and the dubbed is actually pretty good. It's not bad.
I have to check that out. My daughter's starting boxing, so.
Oh yeah, you have her watch that, dude? She'll be like, I'm gonna go box right now.
No, right. Well, she's got a heavy bag hanging in her room, and she didn't realize how heavy those things actually are. She's mad because she doesn't get much movement on it. I'm like, oh,
Not yet.
you have to have a lot of power to get pretty good movement on those.
I did have to disappear, and I will disappear completely now. So,
Okay.
thank you for having me on.
No problem.
All right, Hocky.
And
Have a good night,
yes,
Hockey.
Good to see you all, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Have a good one, brother.
We'll see you soon, brother. See ya.
The 80s will watch old Tyson fights any day.
Oh yeah.
So let's see what we got here.
You know which one I sent my daughter was it's still my favorite fight. It was the one that got me into boxing. I caught it. I was at a bowling alley as a little kid, and it was on the TV, and I just got zoned in, not realizing it was one of the greatest fights ever. I was just a kid. I was like, this is amazing. It was Tommy Hearns versus Marvin Hagler.
Nice.
If you haven't seen that, it's I think it's only 2 rounds, and it's like 2 of the most intense, amazing rounds you'll ever watch.
Oh, wow.
It's just insanity from the minute the bell rung. Yeah, that's if you haven't checked that out, Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. It's got to be the greatest boxing fight. Like I said, 2 or 3 rounds. That was all it was. So fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was watching a lot of I've been watching lately. What's it? It's a YouTube guy called Napoleon Blown Apart.
Blown apart.
And he's been doing he does these awesome MMA history things, and it's so good. And he was doing about the rise and fall of Pride. Pride FC.
I love Pride.
Oh, it's so good, man. He did 3 parts, and then he put them all together, and it talks about how it started, the Yakuza involvement, how it died, all the different fights, and all types.
It definitely had an arc, man.
Oh, dude, they talk about Sakuraba, and then they're comparing it to UFC at the time.
Dude, did you know? Did you like Sakuraba?
Yeah.
Was he? Because my guy was Vanderlei.
Vanderlei, oh, dude, Vanderlei was rough,
murderer,
dude.
Especially in Pride. He didn't do as much in UFC, but
Sakuraba
was the Gracie killer, and that was the thing. That's the only reason I found out about Pride. These girls I trained with, they were I was talking to Hoist Gracie up, because that's all I knew, and they were like, "Oh, he lost." I'm like, he never loses. What are you talking about? They're like, he lost to Sakuraba, and so I had to watch that fight, and it was a hour-long fight that was boring.
90 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's holy crap, because the Gracies, and that's the thing they talk about too, is the Gracies altering the rules, man.
Yeah,
they want no time limit, no rounds, whatever. Yeah, and they're like, okay.
Sakuraba was their kryptonite, or at least Hoist.
Yeah.
He's I know everything you're gonna do, but he couldn't he didn't have much answer himself, but he won. And then I was oh, Sakuraba's amazing. This guy's amazing. And then I saw Vanderlei just whip the snot out of Sakuraba, and I'm like, okay, here's my favorite.
Yeah,
he just pummeled him.
Yeah, the Sakuraba, Vanderlei, was another one.
Heavyweights Krokop and
Fedor.
That fucking dude right there, man.
Dude, man, just such an awesome time. They were saying
he's just basically a real life fucking Sagat. Fuck that.
Yeah,
kid.
no, he was a real killer.
Just ridiculous, dude. Just blah. And it was watching, you're how does how do you not see a bus coming at your face, man?
that left kick, dude.
Oh man, his high kick to the head.
Oh man, so dope, dude. So dope.
Yeah, but you're right. He was a literal killer. He was secrets or whatever their fucking rangers are, or
it's
Spetsnaz
shit, man. Yeah,
Spetsnaz or whatever. Yeah.
He was
Croatian.
Dude, it was a Krokop. He was a Croatian cop. That's where Krokop came from. He was on their SWAT team of killers.
They would do all those weight class things because they didn't give a shit about weight class. So they were so they had Vanderlei, who I loved, going against Krokop. And then, so Mirko's standing there, and Vanderlei had that thing with the, trying to intimidate, and you could see Mirko's I ain't intimidated. Nothing you could do is gonna intimidate.
Oh God. It's like I've been shot at, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no kidding, man. That was man. They
But
talked
he
about all
was
types
so
of
much
stuff, and I didn't know like
bigger
at the
than
time. And then like even like at the time and even now. So like yeah, I heard like so UFC's like top like thing that they have drawn in terms of like seats has been like 57,000.
Hmm.
And like live, you know,
Oh, right,
2003 Pride was doing 90,000
Oh, it was huge.
people. Yeah, like it was
And
so
they
huge in
started the like
Japan.
crazy walkouts with the Zambonis and shit. And then it was Sakuraba who would dress up all weird every time. Like one time he looked like a scientist. He had like glasses and like a lab coat and shit. I was like, this is fun. It's like
Oh,
wrestling.
God. It was so good. Yeah, it was so good. And they had
That's where I learned
some of
about
the
Mark
fights
Hunt.
were- Yeah. And then they had like Mark Coleman and Mark Kerr and yeah, man. And then Bob Sapp.
Bob Sapp.
Bob Sapp would come out, and he was a little bit dangerous when he fought. Like they were showing when he fought
Dude,
Nogueira, he like dropped
he,
Nogueira on his fucking head, dude.
Yeah, you DDT'd him.
Yeah, he like power bombed his ass and almost like killed Fedor too. Like fucking.
Yeah, he was like
who
straight
did
up
he-
like,
another dude
I'm gonna
dropped
drop
on his-
you on your head and break your neck. You know, he's a 300-pound guy with abs. You know,
Yeah.
like that's not supposed to happen.
He had like no fight experience either.
Well,
and
they
it was
had no
like,
rules about like steroids and shit.
They
Obviously.
did it, no. And he was a beast. And then I guess he went to, or like when Crow Cop like left and was doing K1 stuff, Bob Sapp went and did K1 stuff too. And then like in the first round, like Crow Cop punched him in the
Yeah, he
eye
broke his
and
collarbone or something.
you know he busted his orbital
Oh,
bone.
yeah, I remember that. But he would like
busted
quit.
it, and yeah, he just ever since then he just like Bob Sapp was like he just wouldn't even last the first round after
He would
that.
roll. Yeah,
He fought
would
Crow
tap
Cop,
out.
bro.
He's a standing tap out guy. He was like, "Ow,
Yeah.
I'm done."
Yeah, after that, it was like after Crow Cop fought him. After that, that's when it started. When he just would always get his ass beaten.
Man, what a giant of a dude, man.
Yeah, you're like, holy crap, dude. Like, yeah, but
Yeah,
that
there
was great.
Kevin Randleman versus Fedor.
Yeah,
where he
that's who
flipped
dropped
him.
Fedor on his head.
Yeah, that was Kevin Randleman did that suplex kind of thing, and Fedor looked like he landed straight on his head, and then he came back and won with an armbar.
Yeah.
That was crazy shit. That was wild. It was so much fun.
Thanks for tuning in, Fanta. Appreciate you.
It's like you guys are talking about fighting. I'm going to bed.
It's about 12. I think I'm gonna call it anyway.
Yeah, we're
But,
about
we'll end the stream.
It's 2
and then, you
hours,
know,
right?
yeah, that's good for a stream. But I'm gonna stay on and we can shoot the shit.
Yeah, keep worrying. I'm gonna screw up something on.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love you all. We'll catch you.
Yeah.
I'm all right. We'll
And
catch you
he's
guys
gonna
next
live.
time. Peace, y'all. Have a good night, everybody. Hey guys, JBot here. Let me tell you about MightyBotStudio.com. Now, MightyBotStudio.com is a hub for all of my content, including my YouTube, my Instagram, and also my Twitter. On top of that, we have a Mighty Bot Studio store where you can go and order yourself a pint glass, you can get a mug, we have multiple hoodies, t-shirts, and hat designs. So make sure if you guys haven't checked it out already, visit MightyBotStudio.com.